Hello everyone and welcome to Machine Learning Tutorials. In this Machine Learning Large Language Model and AI tutorial, we explain how to install and run browser use Python program. This Python program or library enables you to integrate AI agents with a web browser. That is, you can define a task and an assignment for an AI agent, and the AI agent will automatically open a web browser and complete the task. For example, by using browser use, you can ask for the current weather and the temperature at your current location, then ask to go to Amazon web shop and to find a list of 5 best rated or cheapest laptops, then to ask to search the internet to answer a particular question, or to write a letter on Google Docs and send this letter to your family members or friends, as well as many other tasks. Browser use is one among a number of programs for integrating AI agents with web browsers. This project is relatively new and it has a great potential. In this tutorial, we explain how to install this program and how to run the agent locally by using Ollama, Python, and Qwen 2.5 large language model. Okay, let's start with installation. First of all, we need to install Ollama. To do that, go to the Ollama website, then over here, go to the main page and click on Download. Then select your operating system, in my case Windows, and click on Download for Windows. And save the file in the Downloads folder. Then after approximately 30 seconds or maybe a minute, the program will be downloaded. So let's go to the Downloads folder and let's wait for a while until the program is downloaded. And let's just wait. The next step is to install Ollama. You can simply do that by double-clicking on this file, and the installation process will start. The installation is really straightforward. You just need to click Next several times and you will be able to install. So let's click on Install, and you can see that the files are being extracted and installed. Another interesting thing to keep in mind is this path where the program is stored. Okay, so let's be patient over here. Then after some time you will see this screen, which means that Ollama is running. And you can click over here to see more details. Okay, now let me show you one thing. It's always a good idea to verify if Ollama is running. There are several ways to do that. First of all, click here and you should see this small cute icon written Ollama. This means that Ollama is running in the background. That is, every time you start your computer, Ollama will run in the background. Another approach for verifying that Ollama is installed is to click here, then open the command prompt, and over here in the command prompt type Ollama. And if you see such a response, this means that Ollama is properly installed on your system. The next step is to download and to install Qwen or Qwen model. To do that, go back to the base Ollama website and search the model Qwen2.5 and click over here. Now, over here, if you expand this window, you have several options. You have small model, which is 0.5B, approximately 400 megabytes, and then you have the largest model, which is 72B, or approximately 50 gigabytes. Now, depending on how powerful is your GPU, you should select the model. If you only have a CPU on your system, I would go with the smaller model or maximum with this model. However, if you have a more powerful GPU, such as mine, for example, I have NVIDIA 3090 GPU, which is not the highest performance, however, it's not the lowest performance GPU, and I'm going to select this model over here. Of course, model with more parameters will give you better performance, however it will be slower. I think the optimal model for my GPU and my computer resources is this model over here. So I will click here, and then over here I'm going to copy this command. However, I'm not going to immediately execute this command, I will modify it. So I will go into command prompt, and here I will paste, and instead Ollama run, I will type Ollama pull. This will only download the model from the internet, and it's going to take a while, approximately 1 minute, to download these 4.7 gigabytes, so be patient. The next step is to test the downloaded model. To do that, let's first type Ollama list to list all the models, and we can see the model. To test the model, we simply need to type Ollama, then run, and the name of the model. Here I'm going to just copy and paste this name, and here it is. Let's be patient for model to be loaded completely. Let's wait for a while. Now, meanwhile, we can also look into the memory by simply searching for Task Manager here, and you can see over here performance, you can see GPU. A good thing over here to notice is that GPU is active, which is very good. And then let's ask a question, explain yourself. And let's see, good, you see very quick. Excellent. So let's exit the model by pressing Ctrl D, or you can simply type by. Okay, we can continue. The next step is to create a workspace folder. To create a workspace folder, let's first go to the base C drive, and let's create a folder called test browser. Then let's navigate to test browser, and here we need to do several things. The next step is to download and install the remote repository of browser use from Git. To do that, we need to have Git installed on our system. To install Git, simply go to the Git website, here it is, or simply search for Git, go to the download page, and click over here to get the Windows version. Click here 64-bit Git for Windows setup, download the file and install. After you do that, you will be able to use Git. To check if Git is installed on your system, simply type this, and if you see the response, this means that Git is installed, and we can continue further. Next, we need to clone or to download the remote repository. To do that, we need to execute this command, git clone. Then we need to specify this address over here, which is very simple, and let's press enter. And now the remote repository will be downloaded. Namely, over here, you'll see an additional folder called browser use. In this folder, all the files are being downloaded. So let's navigate to this folder and let's see the content. Here it is. The next step is to create the Python virtual environment. To run browser use, you need to have Python larger than 3.9 version. Consequently, you can type here this to figure out the version. If you don't have the corresponding version of Python, for example, if you have Python 3.8, then install the newer version of Python. The next step is to create a Python virtual environment. To do that, we need to execute this command. And after this command is executed, we need to activate the Python virtual environment. To activate the Python virtual environment, we need to run this command, and in parentheses you will see environment 1. This means that the environment is active, and we can start with installation. To install this library and all the dependencies, we need to execute this command. So let's explain this command. We have pip install, then we have an empty space, then period, then an empty space, then again a period, then inside a quotation mark, we need to write these square brackets and dev. So let's press enter. And now everything will be installed. Be careful how you type this command, since you have to have empty spaces between dots and between pip install and the first dot. And over here, you need to be patient since it's going to take a while to install everything. After we install this library, we need to install several things. First of all, we need to install LangChain Ollama, and we need to install Playwright install, which will enable us to use a browser. Then we need to install LangChain Ollama such that we can call Qwen. And finally, we need to install Playwright. So let's type this, and this will install Playwright. I have already installed Playwright on my system. However, in your case, you will see the installation progress over here. Good. Now we are good to go. We can create our first program. To create our first program, let's start Visual Studio Code. Or you can use any other Python editor. So let's click on File, New File, and I will call the file as test.py. I will save it in a workspace folder, and over here I'm going to paste the content of the file, and I'm going to explain it line by line. First of all, we need to import the necessary libraries: os, asyncio, browser use, import agent. From LangChain Ollama we import chat Ollama. So let's explain these important libraries. We are going to use agent function to define our agent, and chat Ollama will be used to call Qwen2.5 over here. Okay, so first of all we need to define the function over here. Inside of this function we do several things. We define our agent. Over here in the task section we ask the question, and here for demonstration I'm going to ask the following question: what is the current temperature in Boston, Massachusetts? However, you can change the question as you wish. Then over here we are specifying and telling to agent to call Qwen2.5 Note over here that this name, that is the name of the large language model, should correspond to the name given over here. So make sure that there is a match, and here let's specify this parameter. Then let's specify max actions per step. Let's put 3. Then let's put this important setting to false. Then over here we run the agent, and over here I'm limiting the number of steps. You can increase the number of steps if you don't succeed the first time. And we are returning the structure result, and over here is the main function, and over here we are telling to call main. Good. Next, let's run this file. To run this file, first of all we need to tell to Visual Studio Code to use the Python interpreter inside of the Python virtual environment. So press and hold Ctrl-Shift-P, then search Python, select interpreter, and make sure that you select this interpreter inside of our Python virtual environment. And then let's run the code, and the magic will happen. So let's be patient. Okay, magic happened. You can see that the browser is opened, and you can see the first step. There might be some error over here. However, let's see what's happening. Aha! So what we went to weather.com automatically, and you see what's happening. Now the agent automatically typed Boston. Good, good, excellent. We are going in a good direction. You can see step 4, step 5, and over here you can see what's happening. Now you might not be able to get the best response first time you run this code. However, this is the first test. Next time you run this code, you're simply going to go to Google probably, and you will be retrieving the response directly. However, let's see, let's give it a shot. Let's run the code once again, and let's see where we will go. Okay, now we're searching Google, which is very interesting. And now we will be able to quickly retrieve the weather, as you will see it over here. You can see what's happening. This website is being analyzed by the agent. And let's see. We should get the results relatively quickly, I think. And you can see what's happening. So let's be patient over here. Of course, depending on how fast is your GPU, you might even get a faster response, or if you're running a more powerful model. You can already see some results over here. And of course, if you want to integrate everything in a human readable form, then you will have to format this a little bit better. Let us improve these results by typing over here, use Google. And let's see what will happen. And now we should force the agent to actually go to google.com, and this should improve the inference speed and it will help the agent. So let's see what's happening here. Current temperature in Boston, Massachusetts, excellent. And let's see what's happening. Now again, we're iterating over here to find the results. Clicked button with the index 17. What is very interesting over here is that once this page is being scanned, you can see these numbers and then you click to particular link to go further. However, you can already see the weather over here. However, we want our agent to write the response. And you can see over here after some time that the weather information will be displayed. Okay, that's all for today and thanks for watching.